Hey guys, I have been researching something and I feel the need, a compelling need to say something about it. So, as a first time mom, I, like many of you who are watching, or maybe you aren't at that point yet, but I experienced a loss of identity and it was really hard. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, it was really, really hard. And with my second birth, it was a little bit different because my mom had passed when I was like 4 months along. And so I had a loss of identity during my pregnancy. And I feel like it kind of subsided a little bit during my postpartum and then ramped back up maybe about 6 months postpartum, right before we were about to move. And so there are a lot of different factors. But anyway, I think a loss of identity as a mom can actually be a really good thing if we have the support and if we are warned about it previously, right? I don't feel like anyone really warned me that I was gonna question my whole life and who I was, and so it was really hard when it hit because I didn't know that that was normal. And sorry, I'm thinking. I want other women to know that this is totally normal and it is so hard. We cannot sugarcoat that. It is very, very hard to see your whole life in front of your eyes and be like, okay, what do I believe now? What is my purpose in being a mom? What do I really want out of life? You know, all of these huge existential questions really come into play. And it's scary because we're not taught to really think that big, and we're not prepared for that stuff to come up. But is it a bad thing? Again, with support and with a little bit of warning, I think it can be really good. And going into my second birth, I really had a goal not to have that happen again, which, you know, you really can't have a goal for that. But looking back now and all of the work I've done, I am so glad that I did have that happen to me. And you know, I fought it. I really did. I wanted my old life back. I wanted to have this child, but I wanted to be the old me. But thank goodness, seeing what the old me was like, looking back again, I am so glad that this happened to me. I feel like motherhood is such a pivotal point of transformation, and we should not want to go back. That should not be our goal, to be the same person. And I am so much more aware of my place in the world now and what wounds I was operating on previously. And I'm still working through them, don't get me wrong. But there is so much more potential for you as a person. And motherhood really shines a light on all of the wounds that we've been carrying around. And when something comes up that triggers you, that's a part in you that needs healing. It's showing you like, hey, this is your chance. And had I taken my chance during my first postpartum time when my mom passed and I had my second crisis, identity crisis, you know, I wouldn't have been hit as hard because I would have already been aware of what I was operating on. And all the things that I wasn't aware of came into my awareness. So I encourage you, if you are pregnant or you're thinking about having a child and you're watching this, do some work now. It will make your life so much easier on the opposite end. There's so much information online that you can look up to do some of these exercises. Journaling is amazing. Sometimes you don't even need a prompt. I just think like if you have something in mind, just start writing It may take you 5 minutes to get to some deeper level, but it will come out. And going for walks in nature, that's where I typically have, after like 15, 20 minutes of walking, if I'm not listening to music or anything, just walking, things will start coming up. I'm like, wow, now I have more awareness of what my body has been holding on to. And yeah, if you experience this and you're on the other side now, or you're trying to come out of it, really just dive into how you've been feeling and what messages have been popping up in your head, and try to journal about those. Dive into it. Go on the walk. There's so much that we can do to embrace this loss of identity, because it's calling us to expand into motherhood, expand into who we are meant to be. It's not a loss of identity. If you believe in like spirituality, and especially a Christian, being born again, that's kind of how I feel what happened to me. I was person A before my first birth, then I was person B, or version 2.0, and then 2.5. You just keep moving up, and each loss of identity can be really good when embraced and supported. We cannot get that specific piece. But anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts because it was so profound for me when I had this realization. And again, not to diminish how hard it is and how much you want to be like, I don't want to expand. I don't want to do all this stuff. I know, I've been there too. But looking back, had I have just embraced it the first time around and have heard someone else speak of this, I feel like I wouldn't have crashed as hard. And that's where I need to share my voice. I don't want people to crash as hard as I did. And that support is out there for you. So, in closing, I love all of you deeply in my heart. Thank you for being here and listening. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.